Hey everyone, it's Neon Polygons, and today I want to do a quick video on the Snap Chat Pixy. So for those of you who don't know, in mid-February 2024, as of this video, Snapchat will be depreciating or removing the functionality to sync your Snapchat Pixy with the Snapchat app. Now, the problem with that is that, unfortunately, if you don't change certain settings before they remove these features, basically the Snapchat Pixy is pretty much just going to be a yellow brick, and you won't be able to do much with it, if anything at all. And so you need to change some of these settings so you can still use the Snapchat Pixy after they remove the functionality to sync with the Snapchat app. So you can still not just use the Snapchat Pixy, but also still get your footage. Because once they remove the ability to sync the camera, the Snapchat Pixy, with the Snapchat app, unfortunately, you will no longer be able to access a lot of the features of the Snapchat Pixy, such as all the settings and the menu items, and more importantly, being able to actually even get your footage. So there's a few things that you need to do to make sure that you can get your footage out of the Snapchat Pixy. There's two things you need to do. First and foremost, make sure that you end up syncing right now your Snapchat Pixy to your device. So I'm going to put this on standby, get this over Bluetooth, and then this should start syncing. You should see it here very shortly. I should be able to have, all right, there you go. And what you need to do is go all the way down to import via USB and make sure that you turn this setting on. Okay, so once you do this, there's a few things that will allow you to still use your Snapchat Pixy later on. One is after you can still use your camera drone, just as normal, but in order then, after Snapchat removes access to the Snapchat Pixy via the app, in order for you to then get your videos and photos, you'll simply just need to attach this via USB-C to a computer, and then you can import your videos and photos via USB onto your computer and then still have access to them. So you'll still be able to use your Pixy, you'll still be able to get your photos, but you just won't be able to get it immediately via the app. You'll just have to essentially download it onto a computer. So this will ensure, this is probably the most important thing to do, this will ensure that you can still use your Pixy well after Snapchat removes the app. Again, as I just mentioned, the only downside is that you won't be able to get to access your videos and photos immediately via the device over Bluetooth. You'll just have to sync over USB. The next thing you need to do is basically figure out the settings that you use the most. So what I then did was go back to over here. Each of these settings, for example, hover, right? Click on hover. You have to determine which of the settings that you would like to keep, because again, once Snapchat removes the functionality, basically you won't have the ability to access these settings and configure how you like each camera movement to work. So what I then basically did was, just remember, you have 4 options here: hover, reveal, follow, orbit, and favorite. Actually 5 options. What you need to do is right now choose the standard settings that you normally use for each camera movement. So what I did was, for hover, I chose 30, reveal, I chose 30 feet, videos and photos, follow, I chose 60 seconds, orbit, I chose 8. And then the most important thing is, out of the 3 angles that you have, choose a favorite. So that way you can choose a secondary option or configuration for one of the camera angles. So for me, what I did was I have reveal at standard 30 feet, and then I also chose a favorite setting for reveal at 20 feet with photos and videos. And what that essentially allows me to do is, once Snapchat removes all this functionality, this is it. This is basically the settings I'm stuck with moving forward, but at least I'll have 2 options for reveal. So I have my standard default reveal, and then I chose a favorite reveal at a different setting. And my advice is basically for stuff like hover and follow, I would probably say default to the highest number. So for hover, I just chose it for 30. I didn't choose it for 60, but for follow, I chose it at 60 seconds so I can just get a longer option. And then if I wanted to just use 30 seconds of it, I could just edit that out. For orbit, my best suggestion is to use the middle setting, which is 8 feet. Generally because at 15 feet, you may not have enough of that space. 5 feet, maybe too tight, but within 8 feet, you'll get a reasonable, good 360 pan that, in my opinion, can encompass, just enough of an area to show, to have a really nice footage and give the Snapchat drone enough time to kind of capture a full scenery or atmosphere per se. So essentially, to cliff note this, sync your Snapchat app now or pair it to your device immediately. Change the settings for import USB to on. Then go essentially choose the 4 settings or 5 settings that you want for each of the camera modes, and remember it. So what I did was I basically took wrote some notes, and I basically screenshotted everything over here. But essentially, this is it. Remember what you're choosing, because this is what your settings will be once Snapchat removes the functionality from the app, and this will be the defaults for your camera moving forward, unless someone actually ends up coming with a way to access the settings via USB over a computer. But as of right now, that doesn't look likely it's going to happen. So anyways, hope this video helps some of you out who have a Snapchat Pixy and would like to still keep using it even after Snapchat removes functionality. Thanks again for watching. This is Neon Polygons, and catch you all again soon.